All right, it is Grant Dawson, UFC lightweight, KGD, and of course the strong proponent of an MMA media battle royal. What is it? You're just trying to get us all to fight for questions, man.
I just want to see how it works, man. I think that'd be cool. You guys cover fighting. You should be a part of the fight world somehow, right?
Man, you don't want to see us old dudes getting at it, man. We'll leave it to you young bucks getting at it, man. So let let's talk about it, Grant. I mean, a big win. Obviously, you've had a couple days to kind of soak it in. Solid performance. But how are you feeling about the effort you put in on Saturday?
I feel really good. I feel like I answered a lot of questions from my Ricky Glenn fight. I feel like I beat a really good guy. I think a lot of fans, don't realize how good he is because he's not a loud mouth. He's not somebody that's promoting himself verbally very much, but he lets his fighting do the talking, and I think he's a very, very good win under my belt, especially being the first person to ever submit him. That's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, it's funny. You talk about answering the questions. I wondered if that, something a little sweeter about getting the submission in the third round, late in the third round, when there were all these questions. Hey, is there something wrong with this kid's cardio? Can he not last? Is there something a little extra sweet about getting it done the way you did?
Yeah, I mean, I think I can fairly prove that that was a one-time thing. Um, no excuses. The fight is what it is. I won the first two, he won the third. But I've got a late finish in my fight before that in the third round with 1 second left in the entire fight. Now I have another finish in the third round. I can push a hard pace. I can, answer those questions. I can be a championship fighter. I think I've answered those. And I think I'm ready for what's next.
Yeah, and listen, man, a 12th submission win in your career. I mean, I feel like people are sleeping on your grappling skills. I mean, this is not just a fluke. And as you said, against a very tough guy.
Yeah, I really feel I feel like I have a really good game for MMA, and I think Dominic Cruz said it best. If everybody knows what I'm gonna do, everybody prepares to stop what I'm gonna do, and to this point, nobody's been able to do it. That must mean that I'm really, really good at what I do. So now the only thing left is to prove that I can do what I do against the top 15 level guys.
Yeah, no question about it. I want to talk about what's next, but I did want to ask you about the ATT crew, man. You went out of your way to really shout them out and talk about what a difference they're making. I know it's still a relatively new relationship there, but what difference would you say the immediate impact was in switching camps?
Um, One of the absolute main reasons why I moved away was just because of the monotony of I'd been at Glory under James for 8 years. Fantastic gym, fantastic coach. They've got a lot of really good UFC fighters, and I think that they will have a world champion or two in the future. It's just when you've been there for 8 years, seeing the same people doing the same thing over and over, you kind of get a little burnt out. And mentally, I was in a weird spot because it was like whenever I was training, I just wanted to go home, and whenever I was home, all I wanted to do was train. And so I was in this really confused, almost dark place. And moving up here and not being one of the top dogs where it's like you got to prove yourself again, and there's a lot of people, hey, is this kid hype, is he real, like what's up? I think it just lit that fire under my ass again, and it really made me fall back in love with enjoying the sport and enjoying training and all of that. So I think I proved it was a good choice for me and my fiance. And even if I didn't, I was asked that night, if you had lost, do you think that this would have still been a good choice? I think the answer is yes, because anything can happen in a fight. But I think I made the right choice by moving to ATT.
That's awesome, man. So are you in Florida full time? I mean, did you completely relocate out there?
Yep, I live in Florida. We got a apartment here, and I still own a house back in Missouri that we are renting out.
Nice, nice. So let me ask: are you one of those guys? Monday, I'm already back in the gym, or is it? Hey, let's take a couple days off and maybe enjoy some time away.
I'm actually, I don't know if you can see, but I'm here right now. I come in to watch practice. I didn't do practice. My foot's all jacked up. My eyes jacked up. If you can tell, wrong side. Uh, but yeah, I'm here. I'm not training. I'll train next week though.
That's awesome. So you went and just watched practice just to just to soak in. Maybe you can learn some things, or I mean, what do you do when you're just watching practice?
Yeah, one, I love watching practice because there's so many cool matchups that like you don't get to see like on TV because they're teammates, but you kind of wonder who's better and who does what in certain positions. And you don't usually get to watch it because you're training. So when you're not training, you get to watch it, and it's also a lot of fun. And I think that there's a lot you can learn from just visual reps. I'm a huge guy on studying film. I'm huge on, if you want to get better faster, other than just showing up every day, watch film, watch practice. If you're going to be late and you can't make practice or whatever, go in and watch the rounds. Any more information that you can get into your brain about the thing that you're doing, the better.
That's very, very wise. Very, very wise. All right, let's talk about what's next. You said it's going to be time for the elite competition. I mean, it's got to be a ranked opponent next, right? I mean, are there names that you're looking at? Are there matchups that you're kind of hoping to put together? Or what is the plan moving forward? Because it's got to be a ranked opponent, I would imagine.
Yeah, there's three fights that make sense to me, and that's Diego Ferreira, Brad Riddell, and Dan Hooker. I think that's 15, 14, and 13. I don't think they're going to give me Brad Riddell. I think they want to save him for more of a striker's delight, because he's really exciting, and he's really gritty. And I don't think they want a grappler versus striker with him. So I think they'll give him probably another exciting fighter like they did with Fiziev and whatnot. But the Diego Ferreira fight makes the most sense to me. We were scheduled to fight. He got injured. I hope he's doing well. I hope that his rib is healing up, and he'll be ready to get back in there soon, because I think that's the fight that makes the most sense. Also, Dan Hooker said that he wants to go back to lightweight and do another one at lightweight. I'm also interested in that fight. He's a big name. He's kind of on a down skid, so can he push back another young contender like he did against Nasrat, or am I the real deal? So I think those two are the ones that make the most sense to me. But honestly, I'll probably say yes no matter who it is.
Well, I love it, man. I mean, I think you're spot on with the matchups. Those are the ones that make sense. And look at you. I mean, you're out there selling the storyline as well. You're doing the UFC's job for them. I mean, what more could they ask, right? You just laying it all out.
Yeah, I'm laying it out for them. They just got to send the contracts.
I love it. I love it. Well, knowing you're already back at the gym, I'm sure you're going to want to fight sooner rather than later. But is there a date on the calendar? I mean, do you need a little time to settle into Florida? Do you need a little time, as you said, to heal up, or are you already looking at a date on the calendar that makes sense?
Well, I'm going to take this week off, and then my teammate Thiago Moises is getting ready for for a fight, and the guy that he's fighting is a lot like me, so I'm going to be right back into camp to help him get ready for his fight. I get married November 20th, and so I have to fight before November 20th, which I don't feel like is a stretch, because that's like 6 months away, something like that. I feel like that's very doable. So anytime after this week and before November 20th, hit me up.
I love it. Would your fiance let you fight like November 13th, and maybe you show up at the wedding with a black eye and a limp?
It would depend on the opponent, probably.
Fantastic. All right, Grant. Well, I'll let you get back to it, man. I know you're ready to have a little free time, so thank you for the extra minutes, and congratulations on another impressive performance. It looks like it's your time to break into the rankings and start making that run to the top.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it so much.